right, so Mariah Carey apparently got married to Nick Cannon. Now, let's keep in mind that Mariah Carey is 39 years old.
38.
38? Oh, okay, 38. And Nick Cannon is 27. Interesting.
Interesting. It turns out he gave her the same ring that he gave his previous fiancée.
Yep.
Okay, two things about it. Number one, everybody's like, oh, that's so cheesy, da, da, da. And I'm in the middle of buying rings, right? That thing is gigantic. That might have cost like $100,000 easy.
No, way more than that. Are you
Way
kidding me?
more than that, right?
Yeah.
See, the only reason I say that is because Nick Cannon. How did Nick Cannon get all this money, man?
Nick Cannon is a superstar right
Look,
now.
Here's what I know. If I bought a ring for like $400,000 or something, oh, believe me, I'm going to give it to the next person. What am I supposed to do with it? I mean, I might cash it out, but you might lose like $50,000, $100,000 in the transaction, which is no small amount of money, right? And she had given his previous fiancée gave the ring back to him. I'd be like, oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. All right, here, go ahead, Mariah, now take this one.
I have an important question to ask.
Yes.
So let's say you're engaged and the engagement is called off. Is the woman expected to give the ring back? Because I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
What?
It's my ring.
No, that's ridiculous. No, I think it's 50-50. I think a lot of people expect you to give it back, and a lot of people say, no, fuck that, I'm not giving it back. And probably it depends on the situation. Like, you catch him cheating, he ain't getting that ring back. Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But if you change your mind and you don't give the ring back, come on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. If I changed my mind about the engagement, it was totally me, yeah, I would give it back.
What if it was like you both agreed, hey, you know what, this isn't going to work out. It's really mutual.
If the breakup was on good terms, yeah, I'd give the ring back because we're still on good terms, and he's obviously still going to mean a lot to me.
What if the ring's worth $10,000?
I'd still give it back. That's shady. I'd still give it back. Doesn't matter how much the ring costs.
$400,000.
However, if he screws me over, you best believe I'm going to keep that ring. No, not only am I going to keep that ring, I'm going to cash in and I don't know. Buy a Gucci bag.
Look, I talked a lot of smack about rings before and diamonds and stuff and how diamonds are bullshit and stuff, right? But I told you that I was full of shit and that you cannot withstand the pressure. I mean, you know how diamonds get made? By a lot of pressure over a lot of years. And that's how men buy diamonds too. A lot of pressure over a lot of years. So I buckled. I buckled on that one. Call it another flip-flop.
Preach it, brother, preach it!
Jesus knows what I went through, okay? Look, the whole point, theoretically, the point is to express our love to each other, right?
Right.
Now, why does the ring have to be bigger if it's about our love? It doesn't. Technically, it doesn't, right?
It doesn't.
You're right. But then when push comes to shove and our friends look at it and go, oh, is that all he got you?
Yeah, women do think that way. It's really unfortunate, but
Absolutely.
they do.
And if Wendy's friends are going to think that way, have at it, Hoss. Okay, because that's what I got. That's all I got, and I ain't got no more.
Now, this is what's unfair, though. Women care about it because it's a symbol of love.
No. Women don't care about it because it's a symbol of love.
No, what I'm saying
Most
is...
women don't. You know why? Hold on. You know why women care about it? Because they want to show it off.
I know.
And it's embarrassing. Look, it sucks, but it's really embarrassing when you have, like, a tiny engagement ring. I mean, it's embarrassing because I'm guilty... No, because I'm guilty of judging someone's engagement ring before.
You say that, it's because I love him. It has nothing to do with how much you love this man. It has to do with how much you can show off to your friends.
Yes.
Really, you can be like,
Preach it.
You just told me it's simply to show it off.
Teach it.
Sounds like you don't love your man. This doesn't make any sense to me. If you love your man, why is it that, okay, and this is what sucks, it's because of the women. I'm not putting this just on you. It's because women are like this around each other. The first thing a woman is going to think when she sees this janky ass nothing ring is going to, her man must not love her.
Exactly.
That's what she's going to think. You equate the price of this ring to how much he loves you.
Exactly.
Horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible. That's not love.
It's horrible. Amen. Can we stop using the word jank, with like janky and jankum, and can we cut that out going forward? I know a girl who won't wear her 1.2 carat diamond ring, which is pretty freaking good, 1.2. You know what 1.2 is about. That's a lot of money, 1.2, okay? She won't wear it because she's so embarrassed because her friends all have 1.5 and 2 carat rings.
Okay, she's done. That's so stupid.
I want to know what Anna would do if she got a ring that was too small for her taste.
Look, okay.
No, be honest. Though,
No,
right?
yeah, keep
it
it real.
Actually, I'm gonna be very, very honest. Okay, me and my boyfriend's cousin went to the mall once, and she's like, I think she's 32, and she's ready to get married. And one of her favorite things to do is just go look at engagement rings. She's currently in a relationship, so she, she likes to like dream about it or whatever. So we went to a few jewelry stores, and she like tried things on, and she's like, "What are you into?" And I don't like the big diamonds like you're talking about, because I do think they look really gaudy and really ugly. What I really like is the biggest 1 carat, the biggest. And what I care about more is the setting. Like, I like really elaborate, pretty settings.
All right, so
Look, I hear what you like.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do when you get a small ring?
Look, if he can't afford it, and all he can afford is a 0.4, whatever, man. I love him. I want to marry him. Let's do it.
But you're not asking what you would actually be thinking.
What I would be thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I would look at the ring and be like, man, I really wish that it'd be bigger, but fuck it. What am I going to do? That's what I would think,
All right, that's keeping it real. That's fair enough.
Then, at this point, you know how women think when you go to show it off, and it's not big enough. Do you defend your man to your friends and stop them from calling him a loser?
Good question. Good question. Okay.
Do I defend my man when other girls are talking crap
when your friends
about...
look at it and go, because you know what they're thinking.
No, of course I would defend my man. What am I going to do, sit there and let my friends dog on him? No, of course I would defend him.
All right, final question for you on this. Is a 0.4, he definitely could have afforded more.
No, I'd be so mad. That's where I would be mad.
I rest my case.
No, that's where I would be mad.
I'd rest my case.
You know why?
Why?
And you know what? For this certain thing, I'm going to keep my current boyfriend in mind, okay?
Okay.
He spends a lot of money on cars.
See? It's about like, you spend it on yourself.
No,
but when it comes to getting me a ring, you give me this janky piece of bullshit. Okay?
Exactly.
This ring thing that he ain't worth 2 dimes and a nickel. See, but
No,
that's
I would be pissed. I would. That's when it shows me that he doesn't really care. You know what I mean? He's just going to give me any ring and, And then that would be me settling for whatever the hell he's throwing at me. That's not cool.